Hey. Okay.
She's not. Oh, she's so starved for attention.
It's okay, Ryan. Ryan Clackner, ladies and gentlemen, is down with cats, if I remember correctly.
I am.
You're a cat person. You know, I haven't seen you in 10 years, and I know that you're. I know a few things about you, but
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah?
you do?
Yeah.
Cool.
How many?
3.
Okay.
One
yeah.
gray tabby, one black tabby, and one black cat.
Nice. I like it.
And a Boston Terrier.
Yeah.
I remember your old. You were living in it was about the size of a kitchen, maybe, like a really small place.
Yeah.
But you had a really cool cat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just remembered that.
Yeah, his name was Early.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you were living in that really small place in East Nashville.
Yep.
Wow. That was back in the day.
That was back in the day and a half.
Wow. It's kind of crazy, man, that you're here right now. And we're talking and it's being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that don't know, Ryan Clackner is one of the OG outlaw carnies in the early days of my band. And we have done a lot of miles.
We did a lot.
A lot of hard miles.
A lot of that.
Yeah. But we haven't seen each other in almost 8 years or so. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw you once in Vermont.
Oh, that's right. We did hang out. That was
festival
fun.
That my band Stumptail blew the power.
Yeah. I remember that. That was actually a good time.
It was. I think that was the last time I saw you, though.
Okay, so we did see each other,
But I mean,
minute.
that was still 7 or 8 years ago.
And also at a festival, it's like, oh, what's up, man? But you
Yeah.
you can't really like sit down and hang. It's not like hanging.
Yeah. Man, I think Joe was still in the band.
Okay.
I think you had Mike.
Mike Khalil. Okay.
And Joe.
Yeah.
I don't remember who was playing bass.
Wasn't Elmer at that
No.
point. Had to have been maybe. Oh, I know who it was. Matt Mayhem.
Yes.
Matt Mayhem.
Yeah.
That's who it was. I remember that show. That was fun. Cool barn out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really fun.
Dude, it's great to see you. But it's
Yeah,
a trip.
likewise.
It's a trip to like just this. This is how we're hanging. How we like re meet up is on the podcast. So I've done a lot of these now. We did like 14 or 15. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're gonna release them in order. But you know, it's been a lot of bands that are really cool and it's been great, but they're not like homies.
Right.
And so it's interesting to me to have a real homie
Right.
on the podcast, because normally it's like, oh, you know, I don't really, what's getting to know the people, you know?
Right.
And now it's like this dude walks in. I'm like, yeah, he loves cats. It's okay. I know. And hey, little less sugar in that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any sugar.
Just
I know
straight
their
black.
dietary. I know their dietary needs. I know their health.
You know, it took me an extra 10 minutes to get out of here because I had to get my whole sleeping apparatus, my fan and eye mask, and find my earplugs and all this crap.
Wow.
That all started in your band.
What?
This dude was like, "Oh, are you going on the road the first time? You need to bring earplugs." And I haven't. I don't think I've slept a night without him since whenever we went to Europe the first time.
Really?
Yeah,
That's right. You had trouble sleeping.
I couldn't sleep at all, dude.
I remember waking me up one day.
I was totally insane.
But yeah, you had to have been because you weren't sleeping.
Yeah. I was newly sober, and I do remember at one point that in my first time to Scandinavia that it got particularly bad because it was like May or June, and their, 24 hours of sunlight bullshit was just coming around.
Wasn't helping.
Yeah.
Your
Like I
insomnia.
remember Like I remember we played up in Bergen or something up there in black metal land, and me and you sat maybe with Joe for an hour or something after the show, and like look at the, it's 2 a.m. and the fucking sun is up and the birds are all doing their bullshit. And I was like, oh man, this is bad.
Dude, I just had right when you said that, I had one of the most epic moments of my life. Like one of these, when you think back, when people are like, what's the craziest place you've been? Or what's the, we had a moment, dude. I don't know if you remember this or not, but it was a real moment, man. We were all sitting there. We were at the fjords.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
In some weird town. And the lady was like, this is a mile deep down right here. Like whales. Yeah. Whales come up right here. And we had, for me, it was like this. I was like, it clicked where I was. I was like, whoa, we are like deep in Norway.
Yeah.
And we are about to rock this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we're standing at the fjords.
Yeah, I remember.
Of Norway, dude. About to fucking rock the Norwegian mountainsides, dude.
I remember that whoever, Joe and, man, it must have been Liz and Jared. They all went to eat or something, and me and you were like, no, we need to go see this fjord. Like we like walked out somewhere, and I don't remember if it was the show or if it happened. I can't remember, but somebody came up and was explaining their undisturbed Viking lineage. Like just went all the way back. Their people had been there.
Yeah.
In that fucking fjord.
Yeah,
and all the way back to Eric the Red or whatever.
Right, they knew it. I mean?
And they knew, yeah.
Yeah, that place was wild. Trip. No, I just remember seeing it, and the sun was like, it wasn't all the way up, because when it gets, it's 24 hours. It kind of gets like almost like afternoonish.
Yeah,
it's almost like not quite dusk, but you could tell that it's like getting into it, but then it's like, nope, just kidding. Yeah. We're getting bright again.
It's not quite blue hour. It doesn't even.
Right.
It's not even that dark.
Right.
It's just enough to.
It's just enough to fuck with
completely,
you, man.
Yeah.
To fuck with you.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I felt bad. I remember you did, and I snore. And so we had a problem. I remember. And you had
I don't remember
sleeping.
that being an issue.
You don't?
No, because I knew that, and I
you always had a different room.
The first year I dormed or whatever with Joe, but he was, he's the same age as my father. It wasn't any better with him, I mean, I was taking
snoring issue.
I was taking hallucinogenic levels of Advil PM trying to sleep, and there's old Joe just sawing every damn log in the forest. Of course, like I didn't really, back then, like, I didn't really understand how caffeine worked either. And we were over there in Europe drinking all their, like rave level caffeine drinks after the show. And then it's 4 a.m. in Scandinavia. And I'm going, man, I can't sleep. I don't get it. Calling Nashville, freaking out, like just having every fucking come apart known to man.
Oh, man. That was funny, man. That was a lot. It's funny. You're like the first year I was in. It's like we're talking about prison or something. My first year in.
I mean, it was exciting, but hard.
I bunked with Joe. I had a good guy, old guy. Could have been my dad, father figure. I remember you taught me about how to like get in shape. Ryan was getting me in
prison
shape.
Workout.
He was giving me the man makers.
My brother taught me those.
Yeah, we were doing prison workouts, and we were like, yeah, it is a. It kind of does sometimes.
Well, I remember you saying that it is kind of weirdly like a moving prison where you have to do the same shit day in day out, and every time I take anybody new on a road gig with like any of my bands now, I'm like, back in the old days, and when I was in Bob's band, he put this idea in my head that hell for a touring musician is that you get to the gig and you have to turn around and go back to where you came from, and then it just goes like that for eternity. It's like, dude, nothing could be worse. And you have to just drink all the caffeine all over again, and the same taking a shit or can't take a shit or whatever was plaguing you, or the same headache or whatever, for eternity. Just like, yep.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yeah, man. It's been some rough ones. There's been some good, some are less, but it's all the same. What my thing was, it was like a lot of times when I was on tour, and I started out not even performing, touring as just a crew guy.
Yeah.
You know, so when I started on the road, I was just a roadie, but I was doing heavy miles.
Right.
And so, you know, I remember being like, dude, looking at the tour dates and being like Xing them out. And then it really just reminded me of when I was in jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just was like, it's like really feels like that same feeling. I'm like, okay, two more weeks. And then I'm like, okay, 4 days and then a wake up. Right. Like when you start counting the wake ups before you can get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like whether you can drive home after the gig.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, I don't give a shit if I get home at 10 in the fucking morning.
Yeah,
I'm
going.
leaving the last, like, after the show, that's that.
Yep.
Don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, there was a similar feeling to that. I mean, obviously you get to eat better food and stuff.
Do you remember the pizza eating contest?
I do.
I think it was in Belgium. And
I won.
I think you did, yeah.
I won.
But I'm pretty sure you're
You're the champion.
I'm pretty sure the cheat code was that you tried to not eat the crust or something, though. And then we were like, well, wait a minute now. But I think we got up into... It was like in between 30 and 40 pieces of pizza.
But I remember we were like being real.
It was fucking
It was
disgusting.
actually a real...
It was serious?
It was a real competition. I was
Oh.
like, no.
No, I think we were both having like the health issues for the rest of the night.
I'm
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like
40 pieces of pizza.
Like where you can see your heart, like you can feel your heart beating in your eyes, and it's affecting your vision, kind of shit.
Man. Dude, one time I ate 20 tacos and had to play a show.
Yeah.
And on the train whistle,
Yeah.
at the very first, that train whistle.
Oh no, that I was there.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna, dude. I was not gonna bring that up.
Let's just say the train whistle entails a lot of muscles that you just have to kind of
Oh
let
no,
it.
He
Just
did
have
it.
to kind of let it go.
He just gave him a full on chart.
Full on chart.
Yeah.
First song of the night.
Oh no, we had to stand there. It was on a little tiny stage in Germany, and we all turned around, looked at Joe.
Right
and
as you're going.
Joe's
Well, because you have to go.
Joe's back there doing his train beat, going.
That was horrible, man.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
what
We
can
were
you
right
do?
next to you.
Hey, man, you got to keep on trucking. You know.
Fucking.
But that was 20 tacos, and I learned my lesson.
I
You,
remember.
you
that.
ate the 20 tacos just for the hell of
Well,
it?
there's a lot of singers and stuff that are like, oh, I don't eat before my meal. I don't eat before I play. And I've always been like, oh, fuck that guy, dude. I eat
Right.
20 fucking tacos and play, okay? I don't need a special diet for my... And now I'm that guy that doesn't eat for 3 days before a show.
Yeah,
Make-
yeah. Yep. It'll get like that.
I appreciate the music that you've been putting out there. There's been a couple times where you scroll through Instagram and shit, and it's like the same shit usually. And then every now and then Ryan Clackner will pull up, and it'll be like some crazy, weird
Yeah.
jam in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. And I'm like, okay, now this is interesting. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
now this is something I can watch and get interested. And so I always watch those ones. Speaking of which, you have your guitar here.
I got it.
And I'm thinking it might be that time for
Okay.
a tune, dude. We should show everybody what's up with this. If you haven't heard Ryan Clackner or any of his 73 bands.
That was from 2021. There's new ones since then.
He's going to deal us a little medicine right now, I think, right?
Okay. Do you want me to do the The one we were talking
Yeah,
about?
do that one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. What happened was that just died. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Should I do it again?
No, you're good. We got it.
Okay.
Just our monitor went out,
Oh.
so we can't see it, but it's still recording.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That was cool.
Thanks, man.
It's a crazy, like a real vibe thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Because it's not standard music, but it's not. But I love that about you. You've always just kind of, even when you would solo, as far as guitar players go, you were definitely the most. Is avant-garde the word?
Maybe.
What does avant-garde mean?
Means like not traditional, like unconventional.
Very avant-garde.
Yeah.
Right.
And your solos were sometimes you would I remember you would challenge yourself to not play the same solo every night, like
right,
but I was like, no, it needs to be that. So you would say, okay, but you would find ways to do it to where it was the same, but it wasn't.
Right.
You would throw in little things. So, because with Mac, it just needs to be don 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 or doom 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 doom.
Right.
But so Ryan would every night he would find a way, and I'd be like, this motherfucker.
You'd be like, watching
It's close.
You're like, okay, all right.
But he would figure it out, and it turned out to be killer, man. It was your own style. I loved it.
The cat-like tendencies.
That's the cat.
Yep,
in you,
yep.
dude. We were joking that she's turning me into a cat somehow because what was it? There was like a few things I was starting to do around the house.
Right.
Because we have a guest room that's like / the cat room too, and the cats like to get us to go in there and hang out with them in that room, and it has all their toys and stuff, and they'll wait in the hallway and try to like lure us in. And there was something you wanted to show me. I think you had your laptop set up in there, and you were like, I got home from work.
Cat thing. I was,
was like
standing by the door, like,
like
I was doing all the same
I
shit
have
the
this
cats
to
were doing.
show you, and then there was something else. What fuck was it? But yeah, you've been hanging with the cats a lot.
Playing with her hair, just
Yeah.
just hitting her hair.
You know what they say about them, that if you live in a house that has a litter box that supposedly their turds emit something that over time alters the human brain chemistry.
Is this real?
I know
I
there's.
have never known whether that's actually real.
There is
I've
something.
heard people say that.
There is something with their urine, the ammonia in their urine, and like if you're pregnant, you're not even supposed to like be around a litter box and
Oh, wait
stuff
a minute.
like that.
So
Well, that's not going to affect me and Bob, but I think that.
No, but there is something with that. I don't know. That I heard something with the urine also. But
Something about the litter specifically was what I always heard.
that the litter slowly
litter?
changes you
That,
into
yeah,
what? It's
but
just not good for you?
It's the the chemical reaction between their turds and the litter itself, and the way that
it
you
hypnotizes
breathe.
us into being
I
their
think that's
master.
kind of the
It's
idea.
They're our master.
I think that's
That's what's
basically it.
happening to me.
Because you know that with the dog that you're always the master, but with the cat that's really not the case.
Nope.
They don't care.
No. Should we play one?
Sure.
You want to do a Bob Wayne song for
I'm not sure I remember it all, but
They're
I'll
easy.
I'll follow along.
If you can
with
play what you just did, you can play. You're good. Let's see. What should we play? What's one that's an easy one that maybe you can kind of remember that you think it's been a while? Anyone that's coming?
I don't know, one of those
G fast. How about the one you did on was Fuck the Law?
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Okay. I mean, I think I actually kind of remember part of the solo.
Dude, that solo rips. Every time I hear it, I was
had
like,
just taken one lesson with Guthrie Trapp and just stole all of his crap and was just like,
dude, you nailed that fucking solo. I love that solo.
yeah, it was fun.
It's so good.
It was good.
Should
I feel good about that one.
Let's do it, guys. We're gonna do one for you.
Fuck the law. Well, they tell me I can't cross their border from things I've done wrong. When all I've been doing is writing and living these songs. Now what kind of man would I be if I just laid down and let the law walk over me? What kind of message would that send to all of my friends that still had some hope that we're free? Fuck the law. Fuck the law. Fuck the law. Everybody, fuck the law! Ryan Clackner. They call me an outlaw, I guess you could say that I am. If being an outlaw means saying fuck you to the man, I say we just keep living on, doing whatever we want. Come on, let's jump some trains, some borders. Fuck taking orders with zero respect for the law. Fuck the law. Fuck the law. Fuck the law. Yeah, fuck the law. Fuck the law. Fuck the law. Fuck the law. Fuck the
wraps up the free part of the show. The rest of the show will be on patreon.com/Bob Wayne for all the Patreon supporters. Those of you who have been listening for free, we do appreciate you guys. We're thinking that the least you can do is subscribe. Also, I've been hearing that if you leave comments, rank, or if you give us a star rating on Apple or Spotify, that it helps the algorithm or something. I don't know. Anyways, we do appreciate you guys. Thank you. Oh,